Hello and welcome back to the College Rugby Show live from the Houston SaberCats Stadium. We are at Women's Natties. We are at game 4 of 5 today, our second Women's Division II semifinal. We got Eau Claire, we got Binghamton, the She-Devils, the Blue Golds. They got two nicknames, Binghamton. That's how cool they are. She-Devils, Bearcats, your pick. All right. Zach, tell us a little bit about them.
That's awesome, and I did draw a little of that on my whiteboard earlier this year, a nice pitchfork that they have, because they've been skewering their opponents so far in this postseason, Pat. They look really good, and they will bring the fight to Eau Claire. I don't think it's going to be an easy one for the Blue Golds.
And, of course, they're going against Eau Claire, a team that we know well. They're at Natties, it seems like, every year. This is their last chance to win a national championship in the calendar year of 2025. Darian, tell us a little about them.
And I think that they are fully capable doing it. I mean, they know how to win. They're very eager. They're always foaming at the mouth to get to the ball. And just the way that they're really able to work off of each other, I think, is really a difference maker for them. The only thing that I really was a little bit concerned, which I hope that they worked out the kinks of, was during their warm-up, that it wasn't really connecting on the set piece. So I'm wondering if maybe they'll find a little bit of vulnerability around their Binghamton, but if they get the ball out, I don't know, Eau Claire really has a really funny way of making people pay.
Yeah, for sure. Eau Claire is a great team. We've seen them time and time again. They lost last year in the final, trying to get back, trying to get a little revenge. Zach, let's take a little deeper dive on Binghamton and how they got here.
Sure, yeah, I think they're peaking at the right time, Pat. I mean, they just lost in their conference playoffs, which sent them out west as a second seed, but then they kind of worked their way on kind of a Cinderella run through the regional round out there, and they've won some really close games. They started scoring double, I think, the points they averaged in the regular season in these regional rounds, so something has clicked for the She-Devils this far out, and so, you know, it's a good time to get hot, I think, right now, and so they've surprised a lot of teams, but the issue is, I think, for them, they're peaking right now, but they do have to go up against Eau Claire, so that's, it might not be enough of a peak, I think, to us overcome that.
Well, if there's somebody there's a player or two that we need to look out for that's going to do it for the She-Devils, if they are going to get this upset, who are they?
Yeah, well, the number one player on that list is going to be Elizabeth Crawford. So she is a Swiss Army knife at fly half and has really been like the catalyst for Binghamton's run in the postseason here and their successful season as well. She sets up her teammates really, really well. Great rugby IQ, a dynamic athlete on her own. She can score when she's called upon. So she's a fantastic leader for that team and somebody that, you know, should definitely keep an eye on during this game. Kennedy Ridsey, another one as well for Binghamton, who's been kind of the recipient there of some of Crawford's distribution. She's been scoring a couple tries through regionals, 2 or 3 for the winger out there.
All right, let's take a deeper dive here in Eau Claire. As I mentioned, 15's runners-up last year, 15's champs in 22 and 23, 7's champs in 24. How did they get here, Darian?
Oh, I mean, just being able to rack up some points and being able to stop the defense. Defense is always going to win championships. We're going to say it throughout, but their road was a little bit tough, but they just made it seem so seamless. I mean, alone, they were able to beat teams 79-12, 28-0 over Northwestern, and then, I mean, just throughout it, it's just been all points for Eau Claire, knowing how to finish the job and knowing how to do it well. And then take a look at Liv George, one of those seamless players that just seems to make it work for Eau Claire on a continual basis.
She's just like, yeah, most of those points are mine.
Yeah,
I'm Liv frickin'
all
George.
of them, actually, probably.
UW lacrosse transfer, absolutely huge pickup for Eau Claire. She wanted to take rugby a little bit more seriously, and she's doing it with some of these talents like Caitlin Momo Moore there in the second row. Some great players there in the front pack for Eau Claire.
Oh, yeah. Keep an eye out for number 1 there at the top for good reason. That's going to be Dexheimer. Absolutely demolishes at the line whenever she gets ball in space.
All right, guys, this is a great game we got here. Division II semifinal. Whoever wins is going to move on. Here's the back line real quick. Let's take a little second here. Margaret Banky's fantastic finisher out on the wing. Great team here altogether.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the back line is really going to be what seals the deal. If Eau Claire can contend at set piece, which I think that they'll be able to follow through on it.
All right, we got Eau Claire. All right, we got Binghamton. Eau Claire trying to get back to the national championship game. If they do, they'll be playing Coast Guard tomorrow. Let's make some picks here. Is it going to be Eau Claire? Is it going to be Binghamton? Who's going to be going in against Coast Guard?
So we saw an upset today already. So one Cinderella run come to an end with Siena. But yeah, with Binghamton, it's just they've had a really strong season, so I think it's going to be great. Again, we've seen those players to watch. We saw that point differential. Again, they turned it on late here. Okay, so that point's 4. You see, is a little low, but that is not reflective, I think, as I said earlier, of that season. Now, if they are going to win tomorrow, like I said, like you can see their record as well. Last 5 matches, they've been turning up the heat because of Crawford and that player to watch there. So if they are going to have any shot tomorrow, it's going to be on the shoulders of Crawford, okay? And I think it might be tough for them to do it. I don't know. The Blue Goals just have the history on their side. They're a very strong team. I think they're ready. They're looking forward maybe to Coast Guard already on this one. So.
Yep, they've been in a lot of these games here.
Yeah.
All right, let's. How about you, Darian? Who do you like in this contest?
Let's just take a look at the starting lineups alone and keep an eye on the front row. And Zach, like you said, I mean, a really big player that you're going to have to keep an eye out for is going to be the engine of Ford at that number 4 position.
Yeah, Leif, 2 tries in regionals for Ford. Another scoring option for Crawford to set up.
I really am going to go out on a limb here and say that Rogers makes it so that nobody's getting past that line. I don't know. She's got a way of really folding people and bringing them to ground. So I think that the fullback, she's going to have to play a lot of cleanup, but she's not afraid to do it.
Yep, she's going to have to make a lot of tackles today. If Binghamton's going to pull off the upset, like we said, Eau Claire going for another natty, looking to make it 3 years in a row, calendar years in a row, with a national championship. Who do you like?
I'm staying with the Blue Golds. Eau Claire, full on.
Eau Claire for me as well. Yeah,
I got to go with Eau Claire. Really well coached side. Derek Wagner does a great job with them. Like I said, Caitlin Momo Moore, she's one of the co-captains. They have a really great culture year after year. Recent players still on the coaching staff. So let's throw it now to the game. We're going to throw it to Tim and Lance. Guys, take it away.
All right.
Great stuff, guys. Your college rugby show. Thank you so much to Cliff, Pat, Darian, and Zach. We are just about ready to get the second D2 semifinal underway. We've got the Blue Goals there in the blue with the yellow trim. And on the other side, we've got Binghamton University out of upstate New York, the She-Devils / Bearcats, ready to make their presence felt. Tim Wilkes up in the booth alongside Lance Kavanaugh from Great American Rugby. And Lance, we should have an excellent match on our hands here.
We're looking at 2 teams where the doors open. The last year champ is gone. This is the time to get your ring, to get your title, and both teams look geared to go as the intensity starts right now.
As the gang mentioned, this Blue Gold squad been in the national championship 3 years in a row, looking to make it number 4, but did not get the victory last year over Vassar College. Right now it's Dexheimer for Wisconsin Eau Claire, takes it in 4 meters out. Into contact now goes Unti. Another pick and drive as the Blue Golds look to push forward and get the first points of the match. Take it slow. Dexheimer again, her second carry in the last couple of phases. Now they'll spin it out here to the near side. Bloomquist all the way out to Noel. Noel gets it out to Benke around the side. And they're in for the first try, Margaret Benke.
And just the use of pick and goes, bringing the entire defense in, and the presence of mind and confidence to play that close to the touchline, going all the way to the outside edge and getting those points. Wisconsin, Eau Claire, clear 5 points ahead right now. And what a great bit of play from them after the turnover.
Thank you.
And you can see it here. They just found a way to get the ball to the edge. Passes in hand. Everyone's working together. Hands to do it, and 5 points is Truett. What a great bit of play to bring that defense in and find a way to get it to the edge, converting that 3-on-2 to a 2-on-1, and Wingers finish, sliding in for the try. Number 11.
Work there from Margaret Benke, the 5'2" sophomore business management major out of Stevens Point, Wisconsin, gets the 5 points up on the board. Conversion no good as we're 2 minutes into this match. A great start for the Blue Gold. Again, national champions in 22 and 23. But right there, Binghamton, their number 10, Elizabeth Crawford. You heard the gang talk about her. She's been the captain. She takes the kicks, had a couple of tries in their previous match, so she's definitely one to watch. Off to the right-hand side, they come yet again, the Blue Gold, Maggie Kane, who scored 4 tries up to this moment in the playoffs. Around the edge, ushered out of bounds. First turnover, line out for Binghamton.
And that's one thing about playing at these levels, the mistakes you try not to make. You just got 5 points off of a turnover. And on the ensuing kickoff, you give the opposition a great tackling platform First offensive attack for Binghamton. Let's see what they got with it.
On the front foot here, Binghamton, the She-Devils. Down the left-hand side they come. Good job securing possession. Now they'll spin this one out to Crawford. Thinks about the kick, just takes it into contact.
Thank you.
Almost pop back up to her feet, but support arrives. There's the counter ruck. They're getting driven backwards. Ball finally pops out.
Thank you.
Binghamton are able to secure possession.
I got it.
Good work from our referee.
Offsides.
Making sure the Blue Golds actually get advantage there. Offside's the call. 3 minutes into this D2 semi-final matchup. Strong run from Feliz Pena. Coach called her one of the best tacklers on the team. Surges forward there, but we'll come back to the penalty. No advantage game.
And you can see Eau Claire very confrontational in these ruck situations. Almost forcing a turnover. Scatterboo pushing through and almost giving Eau Claire an opportunity for the ball back. Unfortunately, offsides is called, and Binghamton is back on attack.
Couple of pods right behind the quick tap, and now they explode here to the right-hand side. Elizabeth Crawford tries to keep it moving to the outside, but ends up trickling all the way out into touch. Blue Gold line out.
Line out? Line out's fine. Good. We're going to use the line as a tunnel. Line as a tunnel. Yeah, have your mark there.
So far, Lance, neither team really starting to get the engines cranking. We saw that little burst of speed initially from the Blue Gold. They turned that into the points, but now they need to find an exit strategy from their own end. Good burst from Dana Unti.
No!
Spin it out, and there's the first boot of the match by Madison Cornell. Finds some space on the back end, finally scooped up by Rogers. Met immediately. Benke, the try scorer, makes the tackle and gets the steal. Back up to her feet beautifully before she stole it away. And a big opportunity now. I think that was Bloomquist maybe they got their hands on it. And Binghamton is able to get possession back one final time. Now looking for an attack here, near side, back to Rogers. Big group of forwards coming through. Solomon Hollander takes it in, but still right around that midfield stripe. Off to the right, big fend once, twice, 3 tacklers finally able to get the job done, but here back to the outside comes Rogers again before being ushered into touch. But Lance, Binghamton really starting to show that they've got some offensive prowess.
Time.
Yeah, and they have a bit of confidence that there's decisions to who they move the ball to, how they go about their attack. Big run, multiple runs by Rosalind Kruger out of New Jersey.
Okay. Time's on. Hold. Hold
on 1 second.
Okay.
Who finds herself in.
Where's the tunnel? Okay, thank you.
Who finds herself with multiple opportunities to run.
Time.
To run with multiple opportunities with ball in hand. They seem to be wanting to give her the ball. She might actually be a big threat.
Hold. Time is up.
On this Binghamton side for the remainder of this match.
Time's on.
For the Blue Gold, again, last year had to redo everything, had a lot of people playing in different positions. Olivia George, who just threw that one in, was one of the transfers from UW La Crosse. So they're able to bring in a new squad, lots of players playing in different positions, and this time the knock-on will stifle that attack and give it back to Binghamton. First scrum of the match is again the Bearcats / She-Devils ready to get into this one. The wild card, as they've been called throughout this. They were able to beat number 9 Northwestern, beat number 8 Bowling Green, but the number 2 side in the country, Wisconsin-Eau Claire, could be a different story. Huge shove from the Blue Gold, and they're able to get this one against the head. Out the back, it's Brianna Maurer. Just goes into contact. Somebody else come in, get this one out the back of the ruck. And Liv George, who we just talked about, takes it forward, but it's stolen away by Binghamton. Not releasing the call, and back 10 go the Blue Gold. Send this one out to touch. Does Elizabeth Crawford. Marches her team down the pitch about 13 meters out.
Clear here.
And they'll have an attacking line out. And Lance, we've seen that player right there. Elizabeth Crawford, only 5'1", but runs the entire pitch. Played soccer and flag football in the past. Brings that here to the rugby pitch and has been outstanding so far this year. Brought down, stolen away by the Blue Gold. Hard charging run against the teeth of the defense. Kayla Dexheimer, the grad student, shows her offensive prowess. This kick will not find touch. Bounce takes it off to the left, scooped up by, it's going to be Rogers. Rogers looking for the pass, flings that one blindly. It's scooped up, and Binghamton back on the charge over the left-hand side. Kelly Last gets hit hard too, coughs it up, and Crawford scoops it. Little kick through, finds touch, then trickles out and pins the Blue Gold back deep, but it'll be their line out.
And now we're seeing a bit of the kicking game find its way into this matchup. Eau Claire smart, clearing their lines, trying to find territory. The ball took an absolutely unfortunate bounce for this Wisconsin side and gave Binghamton an opportunity to go around the corner. They got good bounces of the ball in hand, and that kick there puts us opposite side of the field, directly where we already are. Let's see if Wisconsin, Eau Claire goes for the kick as well.
I like that a lot. Smart play by Crawford, who just marched her team down the field, found a little bit of space, knew there wasn't a lot of support out there. Now the Blue Gold pressure is on in their own end. Cornell smacks this one out into touch, but they'll have a line out, will Binghamton, 5 meters out for the She-Devils.
Thank you.
And you can tell this is championship atmosphere. The referee, Raven Jones, the best team on the pitch, that referee team. Great communication and control of this match so far.
Ball! Ball's out!
Into the maul, able to push this one forward, 2 meters out now as it breaks apart. Pick and go, big time tackle, sends them back. Now they lean forward, they're over the line, but it's held up. Blue Gold, the defensive stand, and will have a goal line drop.
And great early defensive moment for Wisconsin Eau Claire, able to keep that try being converted. They're rushing to go for the kick now, gets it short, and it looks like they'll get it back. What a heads-up play by Wisconsin Eau Claire.
Got plenty of players here on the left-hand side. Nice little drop kick. Goes right to them, and they're able to move things forward through Benke. Through Cornell. Now the surge forward. Pick number 8, Geiger. Geiger played lock last year. One of the players has switched around. She is now dominating at that number 8 position. Brandon Maurer surges forward more here. Slings this one out. Through the hands of Cornell. All the way out the back. A little bit of a gap there for Bauer. She's finally hit hard. See this Binghamton University squad fighting hard on the edges and those counter rucks, but the Blue Gold securing possession, but have not been able to move it out their own end just yet. Still flirting with that 22. See Crawford trying to get her hands in there. Could not come away with it. As Wisconsin Eau Claire retains possession, finds a bit of space here on the near side. Benke again around the corner. Finally corralled, but that's the bit of burst that they needed to kind of open up here from this end of the pitch. Caitlin Dene, sophomore nursing major, over the midfield stripe.
All offside.
Dexheimer,
Who?
one of the players to watch, one of the top 5 players in D2. Big time counter ruck, but advantage is going to be on here. Kick forward, gets charged down, and so the offsides call is what comes back, and Binghamton will get sent back 10. Kick here for the Blue Gold. Second time a penalty has not found touch. And look at that bit of play. Nicely done from Crawford. Boots it out into touch, but in front of the 22 though. So we will come all the way back Now they're saying she was behind the 22, so we're good to go. Line out here for Wisconsin Eau Claire.
Blue line out. Blue line out. Green. Green. Mark, green. To your left. Close this way. Thank you.
Yeah, I don't know. Seems to be just in front. What do you think there, Lance?
I think the referee got the call right. Just got to keep positive for the referees. It's going to be a long day, and it's going to be a gritty semifinal match. Players drop the ball. Sometimes the refs don't get it perfect, but Eau Claire's on attack.
Off to the right there. Forward, though, says the referee, as this one gets knocked on a bit. Looked like they had the burst on the outside. But another one goes to the wayside as Binghamton will have a scrum inside their own half of the pitch.
And just to continue the point, the referee asked the AR for help. They said, I think it's outside. The assistant ref said it was inside the 22. She leaned on her teammate and made the call from there. So we'll see as this game goes on. Raven Jones is one of the premier referees in the nation. So let's see how she handles things in this match.
Crouch!
Strong work there from the team of 3. And the call comes in as Binghamton look to retain possession, down by 5 here. Just under 14 minutes gone by. We saw the last one, a huge shove from the blue gold, but they're able to retain possession here. Big time push from Ridzi. But a forward pass slows it down. And Kennedy Ridzi had 2 tries in the last match, but goes to the wayside yet again as the blue gold get possession back.
And you can just listen to the communication on the field. It's a lot of encouragement, a lot of high energy. Both teams in this first 15 minutes have been very locked into what's going on, the process of this match, and it seems like they're settling in well. Just got to make sure that they remove all of these unforced errors if you want to be here on Championship Sunday.
Set!
Again, Championship Sunday is where this team, Wisconsin Eau Claire, has been each of the last 3 years, looking to make it 4 in a row from midfield. Nice charging run here from Brenna Bauer. Gets the offload to keep things moving here for the blue gold. Near side to Noel. All the way out to Benke, already with 1 try. This time gets wrangled down about 15 meters out. Great job from Wisconsin Eau Claire to get back, retain possession. Now a couple of quick passes. Geiger right into Elizabeth Crawford, who gets in there. Makes the presence felt on the defensive end as well. Now Dexheimer.
Advantage blue!
It's multiple She-Devils to bring her down. An advantage played, not rolling away quick enough. Off to the right-hand side, they've got numbers out there. Into contact goes Olivia George. Liv George takes him just shy of the try line. Here's a pick and go. Space opens up, and they're able to get it down. Second try of the match this time. Brianna Maurer dots it down.
And just a heads-up play. So much work provided by that forward pack and how they were attacking. Hard charging runs so close to the line by Olivia George. And right when the opportunity presented itself, the scrum have to be smart, have to pick their moments. What an absolute carry to get that close. And the space was there. She went right for it. And 5 to Wisconsin Eau Claire, who seemed to have the initiative and tempo and momentum. They seem to have the confidence to attack from edge to edge. And it's working out well from there early in this semifinal.
Conversion kick, no good. So 10-0 your score with those Wisconsin Eau Claire on top at the moment. The 9 and 10 combination, Brianna Maurer and Madison Cornell, 2 players that were on the second side for Wisconsin Eau Claire the last couple years, but have finally made that push. Cornell, the junior, that was Maurer, the junior, able to get that one down and extend the lead for Wisconsin Eau Claire. And we talked about how Rachel Lang and Derek Wagner, Lance, had to reformat this team, but it's really all starting to come to fruition now here in the semifinals.
And so much work done in the regular season, having to step up the competition, having to step up and make road wins, and now they find themselves with a 10-point lead early in this semifinal. It's a great moment for them.
Yeah, it just goes to show how great of a program they've really been able to build. You've got players that have never been out here before, still able to perform at this high level on the national championship stage. Out to the right-hand side they come through Madison Cornell. All the way out there, beautiful little pass from Scattaboo, hits Kane. Now from midfield, Maurer will slow it down a little bit. Big time tackle for Binghamton behind the gain line that time, and a nice little surge with the counter ruck. He's going to open this one back up here for the Bearcats. Scooped out the back by Villanola. And now the She-Devils have got to get something going on the offensive end. Little blind pass behind is not going to get it done here against the Blue Gold. Advantage being played as well after the knock-on, so just a scrum advantage.
Scrum advantage, boy.
Geiger takes it in. Still playing the scrum advantage. A kick here from Cornell. Looking for some space on the back end. Gains the advantage, says our referee. And now back on the charge comes Villalona. Dances around a couple, but has it stripped.
Away, up, on your feet.
The hooker strips the winger there. And George gets possession back here for her squad, and Dexheimer takes control. A nice 5-meter charging run. Sets up the Blue Gold. More pick and goes. Right into contact. Crawford, 5th run over, and the Blue Gold score again. 3rd try of the match.
The initiative and the front foot of this Eau Claire side is running away in the early part of this game. Able to get to steal after that amazing kick to get rid of that, to move past that advantage. Tackled and one move, and the ball is in the try zone. That is 5 points for the Blue. And just the body height and leg drive here, you couldn't ask for anything more. And one thing about 8 men here in this game of rugby, they score tries when they're close to that line. They know how to find 5 for their team. Conversion no good, but a great phase of play in this early 20 or so minutes.
Yeah, Geiger only 5'4". Again, played lock last year, but kind of moved to a different position here and has been dominant in that number 8 spot. The sophomore math education major from Muskego, Wisconsin, gets try number 3 for Wisconsin Eau Claire. As midway through this first half of action, they are in complete control. All smiles there from Geiger. As we get set to go, we saw Crawford there, not usually wanting your kind of undersized number 10 to be that post player. Forwards really have got to get involved a little bit more once they get close to that try line. Blue Gold able to get possession off of the restart. Nice full speed run. Caitlin Dene, sophomore nursing major, gets close to that midfield stripe, and now they'll swing it out to the near side. This is where they've been dangerous. Out there again to Liv George. The hooker all out in that back line throughout the match. Great job not putting the feet down there. Banky, good field awareness. Knew that touch line was lurking there behind her. And again, keeps possession. Beautiful inside ball there to Geiger. Now the forward pack getting into the fancy passes as well. But Binghamton holding steady here. About 5-6 phases have not been able to surge forward past that midfield stripe. Now the 2 number 12s, or excuse me, colliding there. That was Bauer into contact. A little bit of space on the outside, but good job of the green jerseys swarming and closing that door for Maggie Kane on the outside. Now slowing it down a little bit, but Binghamton really doing well, keeping them pinned in, but there's the burst they needed. Caitlin Moore gets it over midfield. Now at full pace, around the corner they come. Here's Liv George on the little shift, back inside. George the junior, again transfer here to this program. They needed help in that forward pack, and boy has she provided it. Another big time run for the number 8 Geiger. And the pace here as Marr finds the gap. Plenty of blue jerseys to secure possession. And Lance, it's a tremendous offensive performance here for the Blue Golds. They continue to go around the outside. This one off the boot though. and knocked on. But boy, from what we've seen from Wisconsin Eau Claire, they are ready to get back into that final, already up 15.
And that was a bit of commentator's curse because I was thinking the same thing. Eau Claire is confident, sideline to sideline, confrontational, straightforward attacks. And right when I was willing to give them that little acknowledgement, like offensively, they figured it out. They knocked it on. But small mistakes mean nothing if you can build on the good things that you've done so far. And it seems like they have a great set of momentum for themselves. The confidence is there. And they're even using the kicking game to advance themselves as well. It's a full, comprehensive attack this Wisconsin Eau Claire side is giving right now.
And you can see the results of that. Heavy breathing there on the side there for Binghamton. They've got to dig deep here. They'll have the scrum. We've already seen the Blue Gold steal one against the head.
Set.
Put in for Casey Davis. There's the surge, but they're able to get this one to the back as it's scooped up by Ridzi. Nice double tackle. Slows it down, and now the kick through, up and over the top of the defense. Blue Gold back to be able to scoop this one up. Searching around. Here comes Noel.
No!
Into contact. Much support there, but good job from our referee. Spotted them coming in from the side, and the penalty is on. Advantage there.
Who's on the advantage?
Surge there. Still under advantage. Picked up there by Maurer. Space here on the near side. George, great job opening things up on the outside, but the pass is a little bit awry. Scooped up anyway by Benke. Over the midfield stripe, over the 10-meter line. Nice job getting into the teeth of the defense there. Great tackle, though, from Elisa Rogers. But still, Dene continues the charge for the Blue Gold as they have really done a good job securing possession, have not made many mistakes, and are not coughing the ball up too often either. Support again arrives just in time. A little bit of space, slow to get it out through the hands, but finally a little bit out there for Maggie Kane. Gets on the edge, uses that fend to perfection. Now back to Cornell. Keep this one a little bit in tight to Geiger. Slowly but surely here, Lance. Progressing their way down the pitch, now through Dexheimer. Just a great combination of power and pace from the Blue Gold.
Offsides advantage, Blue.
Another advantage being played, but Caitlin Moore doesn't need it. She splits the defense anyway. Nice little fake from Dene. Fakes left, goes right. And a huge counter-uck sends the Blue Gold back. It looks like they're able to secure possession just barely. Another offsides call. Into contact they go. Leah Ford was the one on the defensive end doing a great job, but now they've got numbers on the outside. Here's Cornell. Just short. Reaches for it. Couldn't get it. Double movement. Not releasing is going to be the call. Back 10 go the Blue Gold.
And that passage of play was maybe the best bit that they've put together. Continuous attack, line breaks. Even when their offense was slowed down, they find a way to restructure themselves and go and attack. They're sharing the ball, moving it from side to side. A lot of communication. Just that last bit
I didn't hear that.
was the only thing that's questionable, is that double move going in the score. But Eau Claire has seemed to started to attack the wheel
Green captain,
of
watch
this
your offsides, okay?
Binghamton team. They're loose, having fun. As you see their hookers dancing as they prepare for this defensive line out. But Green has to find a way to get back into this game mentally and get their confidence back.
The Bearcats are able to collect this one off the back. They're through Krieger, but Krieger takes it out into touch. The Blue Gold will have another attacking opportunity. Again, this Blue Gold squad ran through the Great Waters Conference. Average score 48-9 as they went 7-0. And they are really starting to click on all cylinders here. Liv George with the throw in. She has been outstanding on the outside too. This time they go short, but it was uncontested, says our referee, so it doesn't have to be straight if Binghamton doesn't jump. Big time hit there. Danae gets sent back. You see the fight there from Binghamton. Some big tackles still coming. And now they've got space here on the near side. Into Noel. Gets hung up a bit before the offload. Out to Kane. Wrangled down from behind. Secure possession nicely. Just the confidence to know when to swing it, when to go straight into contact and slow it down. It's been tremendous. A championship performance truly here for the Blue Gold. Another big time run. Dexheimer sends one to Deck. She is money in the bank, a good 5 to 6 meters every single time she touches the ball. Now Caitlin Moore, the 5'11 junior. Takes it into contact, and here's the try scorer, Geiger. 4 meters out now for Wisconsin, Eau Claire. Got to get low, don't want to get held up in the maul. Plenty of blue jerseys there to secure possession. Good job from Binghamton to get it out of there before the penalty is called. Space on the right-hand side. Bauer doesn't need it. Takes the contact and takes the try for Wisconsin Eau Claire.
We are watching potentially our national championship level team right here. On attack, they figured out how to share the ball, how to move the ball, how to move in space. This is a setup from the earlier try.
Yes.
Where they find themselves scoring almost in the same situation with the 9 scoring. But what we just seen is almost a repeat of the same thing. The way that they move the ball into space, the way that they share and communicate, the way they're willing to play with width. And they don't have to do anything fancy. They play deep, they go through hands, and they attack the space when it's available. Here, the space is wide. There's another pass there, but she didn't need any help. She goes in tough, her own self, her own way, and gets 5 for her team. Great bit of play from Wisconsin Eau Claire.
Thank you.
Brianna Bauer, a 5'5" junior exercise major out of Plainfield, Wisconsin. Makes her presence felt out there on the pitch. Uses that strength to just drag defenders with her and take it in. We're about 10 minutes away from the end of the first half. Wisconsin Blue Gold looking strong. Again, looking to punch their ticket for the 4th straight year in the D2 National Championship match. They've got the perennial potential and power, and they're putting it all together here in our second D2 semifinal. This one trickles out in the touch. If you're just joining us earlier today, we saw the Coast Guard take down Vassar College. They've lost 8 out of the last 9 against Vassar. The Coast Guard got it done today. No more pick and goes as they plant their flag. 29-14 the score. So winner of this match will take on the Coast Guard. And Lance, we should have an excellent matchup tomorrow with either one of these teams that make it, but really a big stand by Coast Guard taking down last year's defending champs.
Yeah, it seems like we're leading ourselves into a date with destiny. If it's this Eau Claire team, if it's Binghamton, either way, it's going to be a match that's worth seeing. I can't wait for tomorrow.
And Coast Guard looking for their first national championship in their 25-year history. But that's for tomorrow. Still plenty of play for here today. Great catch out of the sky there from Oliver. Flips this one and keeps things moving. All the way out there to Davis. A little bit of space, but finally they have to cut back in. Possession secured and still a little bit of room on the outside. Through the hands of Sanchez, all the way out there to Rogers. Gets forced out into touch, though, near that 22-meter line. And Lance, we've seen Binghamton come in here multiple times so far, but still scoreless in the match.
They have great opportunities, but the small details is what's keeping them from really taking advantage of the space. They're working to get wide while the ball is moving with them, while Eau Claire is already set up wide, running straight on attack. It's a different objective, and it seems to be working better for Eau Claire at the moment.
Nice strong take off the top there of the line out. And now they'll set for the kick. Madison Cornell, the junior, finds a little bit of space. All the way back there to Elizabeth Crawford, who the fly half sometimes drops back and plays that fullback position for him. Great little offload to find more space there for Casey Davis. The scrum half loses it, though. Back over to Madison Cornell for the blue gold, and they earn themselves a penalty for not rolling away out the back.
She's still on the player. Time. Time. Huh? No. Their ball.
A little bit more insight there, Lance, onto why she wasn't rolling away. Bit of a issue there on the legs for the Binghamton player. Unfortunate stuff, but she will continue to fight on. Great work there. I think that's Caitlin Archer, the senior, not going to be denied here as she gets back into position.
13 roll. Their ball.
And unfortunately, with being hurt just a bit,
Yes, that's good.
she found herself on the ground, not rolling away. There's a bit of confusion. They don't know whether it's a scrum or a penalty.
And Lance, for the third time, we've seen the blue gold try to find touch off a penalty. Couldn't do so. Maybe the one little chink in the armor so far. But here comes Crawford. She looks to find some space. A beautiful kick. Takes a nice bounce, but finally scooped up by Noel. Gets past 1, 2, into contact here, but coughs it up. Scooped up by Graff. Lost it back again, and so no advantage gained. We'll have a scrum down to Binghamton with 7 minutes left to play in the first half.
Here we go, big scrum forward.
Green hooker. The mark.
3, 2, 1. Down. 5 seconds. Make sure we're driving. Trip. Seconds in.
Crouch! Bind! Set!
So the put in here for Casey Davis. The senior gets it in, and the green jerseys hold strong in the scrum. Nice little burst coming off the side there from Ridzi. Gets past a few players. A nice 15-meter run off the top there. A little bit off her feet there. Penalty is given against the blue gold. Nice call there from Raven Jones. And now off to the left-hand side. Ridzi again with an offload to Sanchez. A little bit of space on the far side. They're able to get it. Graff is there. Going a little bit of the wrong direction here. Advantage is being played, we heard.
Last foot. Last foot.
They're able to blow through it yet again. Great work on the counter ruck from Dana Unti.
Come back to the advantage here.
No advantage gain, so we will bring this one all the way back. Binghamton applying a little bit of pressure as the blue gold gets sent back 10 again.
And Wisconsin have committed themselves to counter-rucking at every optimal opportunity. They've had multiple chances for turnovers. If it wasn't for a crafty approach from a Binghamton scrum half or someone that has a little bit of presence in mind to pull the ball out, but Eau Claire has had multiple opportunities counter-rucking over. They seem to be the more forceful team in these ruck situations, in these tackle scenarios, and it's working out so well for them. I don't see them slowing down.
So my apologies. Just a scrum advantage there off the knock-on. So a put in again. Here for Casey Davis. 5'10" chemistry major out of Yonkers, New York. 8-man take again. Off to the right-hand side goes Ridzi. She has been tremendous, getting a good 5 to 10 meters each and every time off the back of that scrum. This little inside ball keeps things moving between that 10-9 combination. And now they'll spin it. This is where they need good width here. Gets bogged down a little bit with Sanchez, and then the pass to the outside off the mitts there for Rogers. Advantage being played for the blue gold. Big time collision, but they're finally able to rip that one out of there through Marr. Cornell looking for something, couldn't find a whole lot of space there.
Love it.
Blue gold are able to retain it. Off to the right, Scataboo puts her head down and charges forward. 4 minutes left to go here in the first half. Wisconsin Eau Claire has had majority of the possession, and the scoreboard reflects it. 20-0 the score. Unti pushes forward just enough for that last advantage to be nullified, and now there's space here on the near side. Good work coming all the way up. to meet the opposing winger there for Oliver, but it's split through. Noel on the charge, looks for support. Instead just takes it into contact. Here to the near side, George. With George into contact, keeps things moving. She has been outstanding to be able to break that line almost each and every time. Geiger, the try scorer, drags players with her. They almost ripped it out of there, but strong hands from Geiger. Here's Dexheimer through 1, 2, drags one with her, splits another couple more, finally brought down just a couple meters short. Looking for space here on the near side. Here's George into contact and in for the try. Liv George, try number 5 for Wisconsin Eau Claire.
And on your screen again, Olivia George finding ways to put her team forward. The junior business finance major figured out the spreadsheet, figured out what she needed to do for the side, balanced the books, and got 5 for this Wisconsin team. And again, they were willing to go to the weak side, to the near side multiple times. You see players from the green pointing to go far side. No, the danger is here. The danger is on the near side. And after this charging run, this front row for Eau Claire has been dominating. This forward pack from Eau Claire has been setting the table. And winger against hooker having a full head of steam and a running start. You know, there's not many back 3 people that'll be able to stand up to that on a consistent basis. Eau Claire are finding the mismatches they need and finding the spaces they need to attack. This 25-0 lead says so much, and there's so much going on in this first half that just signifies why they have such a lead.
Great work there for Wisconsin Eau Claire in the first half, just about ready to wrap up the first half of action. Again, big shout out to Rachel Lang and Derek Wagner, the coaches for Wisconsin Eau Claire. Losing 7-8 seniors last year, they needed to rebuild the team and be able to push themselves across the finish line this year. Got that transfer, Olivia George, out of UW La Crosse, and she has paid big dividends for this squad. So great work on the rebuild as they continue to march forward. 1 minute left to play here in the first half of action. Kick from Elizabeth Crawford gets us back underway. And the blue gold with the quick knock on there. Climb with the quick pass, but that will take us to the sheds. We will step aside. We'll have more, but Lance, great first half between both these squads. Blue gold just building and looking for that national championship. A great first half.
Yeah, they've shown who they are earlier.
Hello and welcome back to the College Rugby Show live here in Houston, Texas. The sun is setting at SaberCat Stadium, and we are halfway through our second Division II semifinal. Wisconsin Eau Claire, the Blue Golds, Eau Claire Go Claire, up 25-0 over the Binghamton She-Devil Bearcats. Darian, what's your takeaway so far from the game?
That Eau Claire is not giving up the ball. I mean, every time that you looked over there, glanced at it, Binghamton has not had really any possession throughout this first half, and I don't see them changing that tactic anytime soon. Eau Claire is way too powerful and way too greedy whenever it comes to keeping the ball in play and maintaining their structure really well. They've got the forwards to be able to punch it through, but then they've also got the ability to work it out wide. So to me, Eau Claire looks like that national contender that we've been hoping that they would end up in this situation.
How about you, Zach? This is your first time getting a look at them up close and personal this season. You think Eau Claire is the team you expected?
I think so, and I think there's a certain player, this player we expected, and that's Olivia George, who, when lights get bright, we've seen it at Friday Night Rugby, we've seen it in regionals. She's just a force, and you see her wrap around coming on the wing, and if you're a winger for Binghamton, and you see her coming around with open space, getting the ball, look out! I don't want any part of that. Yeah, and she has put in 2 or 3 here already for the Blue Golds, and like Darian said, they're great in keeping possession. Their rucks are strong, solid. They're always there in support. And if Binghamton can't have the ball, you can't have Crawford do any magic, at the 10 spot for the She Devils.
And Dexheimer gives me Sarah Byrne vibes. England rugby, the way that she's just so much looking forward to taking the ball in. She gets these really long line breaks. She's looking for the offload, such a dynamic front rower. She's really been doing a lot of work.
To me, Eau Claire just looks like the really well-rounded team, right? Mm-hmm. They look like a team that could really compete. And tomorrow, if they come good here and finish this game off, they're going to have to do it against Coast Guard, who also looked like a really well-rounded team. Against maybe a more one-dimensional Vassar early on, Coast Guard could play. We're watching them here against Vassar now. When they got the ball wide, they were able to score, just like we've seen from Eau Claire. Mm-hmm. When they had the ball in tight, Katie Boggs could just punch a hole through the defensive line, like we've seen here with Eau Claire and some of the players that we've been talking about already, like Dexheimer and Moore and Scatabo and George. What do you make of this game tomorrow if it ends up being Coast Guard in Eau Claire?
Yeah, well, I think Eau Claire, you're going to see, has more size, I would say. So, and Vassar, we talked about the one-dimensional. They only have 1 or 2 threats. It's Sophia Bailey, it's Jude Robinson. They didn't get their other players involved. Coast Guard, Eau Claire, they really pride themselves on everybody being able to run in a pod, no matter what position you play. They're kind of positionless in a way where, if you're there, you're ready to go, you can carry the ball, you can be in support, and so I think that gives them more flexibility on attack. So it's going to be a stronger challenge for Coast Guard as Eau Claire. I like them in that matchup.
Look, but you can't discredit Coast Guard's speed. I mean, if they have the ability to run around Eau Claire, I think that they are fully capable of doing it. It's just a matter of when they do get hit hard by Eau Claire, are they going to be able to maintain possession and contend with them at ruck time? I think that's where the battle for possession is really going to be between Eau Claire and Coast Guard.
I think you guys are missing the biggest aspect. Is there going to be another flyover? Because if there is, I think that's an important factor.
That changed the day. Yeah. I don't know. They might have to bring them in. This is the time to bring them in. If you're facing Eau Claire and you think that that's what works, bring the choppers.
I think you got to. Eau Claire, go Claire on offense, no Claire on defense so far. 25-0 over Binghamton. Let's throw it back to the booth. We got Tim. We got Lance Cavanaugh. He knows something about championship rugby. Lance Cavanaugh won a couple with Davenport back in the day. Tim, apparently my surprise neighbor in Kansas City. We got to get lunch, buddy. Throwing it back to you for the second half of Eau Claire and Binghamton.
Thank you so much, Pat. We are just about ready to roll here for the second half of action here in this D2 semifinal. And Lance, we had a good one there in the first half, but Wisconsin Eau Claire just showed their championship prowess on both ends of the pitch, and Binghamton really got a claw to fight back into this one.
Yeah, right now they're reeling. And one of the things that they really should focus on is minimizing the mistakes they make and keeping their energy high. The score line doesn't change the fight in 40 minutes that you have ahead of you. Right, you have to represent yourself throughout a full 80 minutes. And maybe this second half, you can score 26 points and not give up any, right? It's so many things that can happen, so many circumstances. But Wisconsin has just shown their class. I believe that Wisconsin will continue this line and keep everything flowing the way they are. But I don't expect any team from New York to give up or slow down in any way.
Now this Bearcat squad last year in an interview with Elizabeth Crawford said they maybe won 1 or 2 games last year, and then the turnaround has been tremendous for them. But here in this D2 semifinal, going up against the buzzsaw that is the Blue Gold.
Come back. Head advantage here.
Advantage being played for the knock-on from the Blue Gold, so we'll have our first scrum of the second half here for the put-in for Binghamton.
3, 2,
Hooker.
1.
you.
Down.
Again, don't forget, still plenty of action later tonight. Southern Nazarene in the D1 final,
Crouch.
taking on Northern Iowa, and the Panthers looking to step up in competition and take down Southern Nazarene, the Crimson Storm.
You're already angled in.
We'll have
Let's
more
straighten
on
up for
that
me,
one
okay?
later.
Feet square. Keep your weight beneath
Make sure
you.
you stay tuned right here to NCR
Pop it
TV.
again.
Thank you so much for joining us here on this Next Level Rugby broadcast production.
Straighten up.
See Crawford there, the star for Binghamton. She's going to need a big second half.
Right. Set.
Davis to put in, straight down the middle, and they're able to collect it in the back through Ridzi. Ridzi with the offload. You can use a little bit more space maybe here in the second half. There's Crawford, dancing between a couple. 30 meters out. Here for Binghamton.
Hands.
They've cracked that 22-meter line a couple times early in the first half, but haven't been able to make it much further than that. Here's more space for Oliver on the outside. Blue Gold's been stingy on the wings. This is where they've had their best bit of action, keeping it tight with the forwards. Inside here to Feliz Pena.
Turnover's good.
Hit off her feet there, but turnover is good. She was falling down with the ball. Great scoop. And now the Blue Gold back on the offensive end. Dexheimer chopped down at the ankles. Good tackle coming in there from Morocquin Contreras. And now the kick from inside their 22. Finds touch. Great little relief of pressure there, almost all the way out to midfield, and gives Binghamton the throw or the line out from there.
Green line out.
And just the confidence to go to the boot, getting space, getting territory, willing to play some defense. But it seems like Eau Claire finds a way to get their hands back on the ball, find a way to get a steal, find a way to get a turnover. Their confidence is at a high right now.
So throw in here for Nur Yusel. Senior gets it in nicely, hits her target, Melissa Sanchez. So we've seen a couple of good phases there from Binghamton. They brought it close to the 22, and now not rolling away is going to be the call. Penalty here, and Crawford with a quick tap. Looks to charge. Nice little offload before contact arrives. Krieger takes it, and now more space on the right-hand side. Good use of hands, got to keep it moving. Off to the right, but just dropped there by Archer. Advantage being played here for the Blue Gold. Scooped up by Unti as they look to toss aside the advantage there. A little discombobulated off the back. Finally scooped up. They lost a good 10 meters or so here.
Last foot. Thank you.
Need some forward progression. Advantage still on. Nice shove there from Geiger.
No green, no hands, green.
Pushes through the contact.
Thank you.
Nice charging defense there. Rosalind Krieger. 6-footer comes up and hits him behind the gain line.
Offsides.
But offsides is going to be the call here.
That's in. Not 10.
Quick tap. And now Geiger on the front foot. An advantage here as ladies in green, Binghamton did not back up 10 meters in time. So another penalty advantage being played. Our referee, Raven Jones. There's the kick. Beautifully behind the defense. Retreating now. Trying to scoop it up is Crawford. Just going to have to boot this one out the back. Great defensive pressure on the other end coming in from Maggie Kane. And a line out here back to Wisconsin Eau Claire.
This game is predicated on so many things. Attacking with ball in hand, your ability to pass, your ability to tackle. But one of the forgotten arts is your ability to kick. A good boot tactically can change a game, and Eau Claire is using the boot to move down the field, and defensively it's going to give them opportunity to get the ball back like it did, and here they go again.
There's the maul. Liv George off to the right-hand side. Peels around, but she's going to be a little bit short. That one's held up, needs to recycle it back. And they're able to do so. Off to the left-hand side. There's the lean forward, but just can't get in as Geiger tries to push through. Already with one try. Danae can't get in either. Out the back. And the try is awarded. Great work from the Blue Gold as they dot it down and get their first of the second half.
And look at what that try means to their sideline, to their bench. They understand the greater mission.
Calls are material.
They understand the greater mission. They understand that each try means something to their confidence and means something to what they're building for into a national championship game. They've been on the doorstep before and fell short, but now they want that chance back. And just absolute monstrous work with the pick and goals this close to the try line. Already settled on the line perfectly. It looked like she just picked the ball up and set it down immediately. No dive, no craziness, just pick and place. And 5 to Eau Claire.
Yeah, the Bearcats just got to do a little bit better job covering that post. As that was Caitlin Moore, 5'11" elementary education major. Gets it in, and another try for Wisconsin Eau Claire. As again, this team is stout, again built by Coach Rachel Lang and Derek Wagner. Had to rebuild after the loss last year to Vassar College, 24-5 in the D2 championship. But they have regrouped and reestablished themselves as one of the favorites. Chip in there, goes to Madison Cornell. They're in the scrum half. We've seen her use her boot quite a bit more in the second half, but she coughs it up over to the She Devils. St. Pierre goes in. They're able to recycle it. Contact was made. As you see Liv George trying to go for the poach each and every time. And that time, luck was formed. 2 times in a row. Has to be called away. But another big run there from Leah Ford. Keeps things moving for Binghamton. Again, just catching it a bit flat-footed there. Looking for space here on the near side. Graf. Through the hands they go. Nice charging run from Ridzi. Getting out on the wing. This is the big number 8. Just laying on top of the ball there. Penalty given as Danae, or excuse me, that was Dexheimer, lands on top of it. Back 10 go the Blue Gold after the penalty.
And again, they're so stingy, so confrontational when it comes to counter-rucking and getting the ball back that sometimes it goes against you. But the confident teams continue to do so.
Thank you. Fighting by Green.
It's a little grubber kick off the side of the boot, all the way back into the try zone. Touchdown there, so they'll come back for a goal line kick. And just like we saw in the first half, Madison Cornell flanks over to the left-hand side of the pitch, looking to find some space. This time is going to have to send it deep. Over the 22-meter line and scooped up there by Crawford. Crawford doesn't go into contact, flips it back out to Feliz Pena.
On your feet, Green. Thank you.
22 meters out here. This is about as close as they've been able to come so far in this match. As the Blue Gold continue to pound away. Ridzi gets over the 22, but knocks it on in the process. Another turnover back to the Blue Gold, just outside that 22-meter line.
And
Hey,
let's
if I'm
see
not
how
the
they
left,
set
what do you call that,
themselves up.
okay? I'm sitting right there. Thank you.
And they're set up now, maybe another opportunity to kick towards space, maybe another opportunity to play the tactical game here. Looks like they're at or inside their 22. Can't tell from here, but this is a good moment to preserve the goose egg, play for territory and space.
16. You're facing this way. I need you to square up, okay? Square up, please. Thank you. And feet. Shoulders and feet. Your body needs to be square. Thank you.
As the replacements come into the match, that's Mariqueen Contreras. Gets talked to from Raven Jones. Trying to keep things up there in the scrum as safety, of course, always Paramount. Put this one in. There's a big shove from Binghamton. Falls apart, but they're able to get it out the back nice and easy as Wisconsin Eau Claire. Running around, Cornell just looked for some space to give the boot over the top. Can't do so.
Hey, what do you have?
And possible offsides here in front of the kicker.
You have a penalty from here or a scrum from there? Who plays the kick? Scrum option.
So they had the option there, Lance, but chose the scrum. Move up a little bit closer instead of having the penalty.
And let's see if scrum is the right option. It's a great attacking situation being so close, 13, 14 meters away from the try line. And this could be a moment that they can push through and get some points.
Feeling it a little bit after that big surge on the last scrum. This time they're put in. Casey Davis, 5-foot senior chemistry major, gets us back underway. 11 minutes here into the second half of action. Ritzy has been dominant. She takes this one, slows down a bit, looks for support, and ends up coughing it up. Just a little bit undecisive there, but you know who's not the blue gold? On the charge yet again. Breaking through the gain line. And now Cornell with the boot yet again. Says this one up over the top. Trickles a little bit into the hands there of Rogers. Around the corner, but the tackle's made by Benke. Big collision and a huge drive over. That was Emma Bloomquist with the counter ruck and the turnover for UW Eau Claire. Penalty advantage coming as well here. High tackle was made. So Wisconsin Eau Claire just going to slow this one down a little bit. Swing it to the outside. No need for the relief boot. They've got the advantage. They'll look for some space here on the near side, but that one went forward, so we'll come back for the penalty.
High tackle advantage here. High tackle.
And it's the compounding of issues that's really determined so much of this game, right? There was a penalty in which Eau Claire kicked. Penalty advantage was given. Immediately, the ball is turned over. And while turning the ball over, they commit another penalty, and it's basically giving Eau Claire so many bites at the apple, so many more opportunities to make advancements, to gain territory, to get space. It's just becoming a waterfall of issues against a strong side.
Thank you.
You saw Caitlin Archer there, who was hobbled earlier in the match.
Just wait. Thank you.
Just a cramp there, trying to play this one off, but you see the effort there, Lance, but difficult to play through.
Yeah, she was down earlier, seemed like for the same thing. The score is at a position now where it might just be insurmountable or getting there as far as time ticking going forward. So
Green, front left.
It's unfortunate if she's out of the game, but.
Thank you.
And her willingness to get off of the field. It's not just being hurt, but not slowing the game down, taking herself away. That's the rugby toughness we love to see.
Showed it there, going back in earlier. And this time just shows difficult to play through. Hopefully just a cramp that she can shake off, but we'll have a free kick here. Throw was not straight, so back 10 go the blue gold. Here for the free kick. Beautiful southeast Texas sky here in the Lone Star State. A little bit of an overcast day. Chilly here in Houston, but not as bad compared to most parts of the country. We're nice and dry here in this beautiful pitch here in Sabre Cat Stadium. We'll be here next weekend as well, so make sure you tune in to NCR.TV. Here's the quick tap from Elizabeth Crawford. Chips this one up over the top there on the free kick. Finds some space, but a good charging run from Maggie Kane minimizes the distance there of the kick and brings him back into attacking position. Through the hands of Cornell. Finds the hard charging Fisher, who just checked into the match. Off to the left-hand side. Here comes the fullback Noel. Breaks through the defense. It's a foot race at the 22-meter line. Too much speed for her opposition. brings it home and scores the try for Wisconsin-Eau Claire.
And the energy from this Wisconsin-Eau Claire side, still enthusiastic and happy about tries. But you can see a little bit of release from them. They know that the path is laid and they have a date with destiny tomorrow. 35-point lead with less than 30 to go. Great bit of play from Eau Claire, and every time you look up, they're off to the races or breaking a line or making a great decision. This Wisconsin-Eau Claire team looks like a side of destiny.
Not too many weaknesses here, as you see from that back line. They've got the power and pace to be able to bust through anything, as Noel, again, takes it the distance.
And it's the fundamentals there. 2 hands on the ball, showing the defense the ability to pass. And when the pass situation wasn't perfect, she had the strength and speed to break the line through attack and make it the entire length of the field. Just a great bit of play, and continues to be what I've seen from this Wisconsin-Eau Claire side. The sharing the ball, playing that layers out the back, 2 hands on the ball, and just couldn't commit and grab that tackle clean. And from there, it is a foot race. Noel, the Green Bay native, running like a Green Bay running back, getting all the way to the end zone, adding 5 for her side.
So back again, we've got Elizabeth Crawford, again the senior political science major, gives this one the boot. Over the 10-meter line it goes.
Backwards.
Almost trickles out into the touch, but good job keeping that backwards and in play on the outside. Just all the little details have been excellent for the Blue Golds throughout this match. So many times we just see that one hit the hands, go out into touch. But the Blue Golds get the luck of the bounce, and they're able to keep things moving. Here to the near side, over the 22-meter line with a little bit of space. Good little cutback. Nice tackle, though, from Krager.
Last foot, Green.
Only able to slow down Maggie Kane, who's been tremendous on the outside throughout the match. Back into Geiger. Again, still dragging opponents, as she has throughout. And Unti. And this is what we've seen throughout the match here. Lance just continued power and push, and adding a little bit of kick to find space as well has really opened things up in the second half.
Yeah, when you believe in your defense, the tactical game matters. You just play the space. You played it to their side of the field. You find a way to get turnovers, as they do right here, and now you're back on offense with advantageous territory and advantageous situation.
Liv George again shows the Blue Golds have just been a little bit more aggressive in almost all of these rucks. Really not afraid to put their head in there, take the contact, and win it for their team. And Liv George has been tremendous in all those small little areas to bring her team to where they are now, up 35 in the D2 semifinal. Good work from Crawford. Got her hands on it and ripped it out of there. Not releasing going to be the call, but Binghamton able to show a little bit of power and take that one away and earn themselves a penalty.
Yeah, that's just great defense. Tackler getting out of the way, perfect on ball position, clear release. You know, what looks like Wisconsin having such a strong advantage defensively. Binghamton's side said, no, we play some defense here too. We got work to do. We'll get the ball back for our side, and now they're on attack.
Turnover.
This one lost off the first phase. Not what you're looking for. You've got the quick tap. You've got 8 forwards all together. Go into contact and lose it again. Blue Golds back on the offensive end. Banky, beautiful little return pass to Bloomquist. They march their way down the far side of the pitch. Maurer right there to keep things going. Into contact goes Caitlin Moore. Scored that last try for the Blue Gold as they continue to push off to the right-hand side. Into the hands of Bauer. Cuts through. Keeps things together, and this is what we've seen. They can do it from the inside or the outside. The Blue Gold just keep pushing. Not a lot of mistakes. And right there, a little bit stranded, but they are on the spot to clear it up each and every time. Now back over to the left-hand side, Noel. Split the defense on the last one, but couldn't hang on here. George has it ripped away, but it's eventually let go again. Back and forth we go as Wisconsin Blue Gold, or Eau Claire Blue Gold, back in possession through Caitlin Moore. Over midway through this second half of action, a nice full pace burst there from the forward pack. Unti off to Dexheimer, 10 meters out. Cornell comes in, out to the outside to Bloomquist. Look to go through the hands to Danae. Danae turns on the Jets, just a couple meters out though, has to recycle this one back. Great work, almost doing the splits there is Maggie Kane. They're in the ruck, great work. Now off to the left-hand side goes Dexheimer again. Straight forward, but just a meter away. Pick and goes here, Unti surges and scores. Wisconsin Eau Claire continue to pull forward.
And I mean the joy in scoring some points. Even with the score line as it is right now, Eau Claire is still enthusiastic about getting more on the board. It looks like they had an opportunity to be stopped just short. But a pick and go and a pick and go, and easily they stroll. The determination and body height on that pick and go. Unless you're prepared, already in that A slot, ready to go, it's hard to stop that. Look at the body height, the speed, tenacity to get in. The low player wins, and Eau Claire is winning. After that, again, with that try. The nursing student, Dana, going in for 5.
So great work again there from Wisconsin Eau Claire as they continue to pull away in this D2 semifinal and look to punch their ticket to face the Coast Guard tomorrow afternoon. Should be a terrific final. Both these teams really playing at their full capacity right now. The Blue Gold, even with some of the substitutions coming in. As we see there, Lexi Fisher into the match. Madison Cornell has been tremendous, but really, Lance, we've said it over and over again, they've got it done in so many different ways, and the details have really been the most impressive part.
It has defensive line speed, body height on pick and goes, their ability to kick, their ability to spread the ball, moving to multiple players, defensively getting the ball back. It's so many things we can list that this Wisconsin side has in bunches, and it's going to make them a very, very scary opponent tomorrow for this Coast Guard team that we witnessed win earlier today against Vassar College.
Both available, play on.
They're able to scoop this one out the back here. 17 minutes left to play in this D2 semifinal. We still have the D1 final coming up next after this, so don't go anywhere. We'll get back to the college rugby show in between matches, and Lance and I will take you through that D1 national championship match. Northern Iowa taking on Southern Nazarene as we see another strong run here from Caitlin Danae. Brings them out close to midfield. Through the hands to Cornell. Again, catching that one, standing still, but then hitting that forward pod that's taking it at full pace. And you see here Dexheimer keeps the feet moving and charges forward as well. Slow it down a bit to the outside, and you don't see a whole lot of pace from those green jerseys. Not really coming up and making tackles behind the gain line as we saw early in the first half, as they are getting bludgeoned again. Liv George through the defense, steps through the final tackle and puts it home right between the posts for another Wisconsin Eau Claire try.
And Olivia George is showing us all the skills she possesses. She runs low, she runs hard, and when it's time for a breakout try, she has the speed to finish. Wisconsin showing all the skills. And on that offload there, just stronger, wanting it more. The space is there, and she pinned the ears back and went the length of the try by herself. Ball tucked, fin to keep a player away, but doesn't need it. I wondered if she had the legs to get there, and yes, she does. And again, Wisconsin, multiple players, multiple numbers, multiple jerseys doing what's necessary to get this team ahead.
And Liv George doing something that not too many hookers we see around the country being able to show that pace and speed. She gets out with the back line each and every time throughout the match. Really been impressed by Liv George. We see right there the 5'5" junior business finance major out of Sussex. Has been tremendous in this match. Again, she was one of the transfers from UW Lacrosse that was able to come in and really secure things and give them so many little extra options.
Got green sub.
And one like that, having your hooker burst through the defense and get a 40-meter try isn't quite how you had it written up, but another good one there from Wisconsin Eau Claire. Is now 49-0 the score. About 14 minutes left to play in this match. It'll be Liz Crawford. Again, off to the right-hand side with the left boot. Scooped up by the blue gold and Caitlin Moore.
Well, green, that's fine. Stay there, green, stay there. That ball's available. Stay.
Here, Raven Jones again. Working out the orders and a great job maintaining safety and open play throughout this match. Been really impressed. Nice take in. They'll offload this one, keep it moving. Great work there between Benke and Bloomquist. The 11 and 12 keep it alive.
Away.
Back over the midfield stripe come UW. Eau Claire again, off to the right. Here through Bloomquist. Out to Kane. Finding all the way here to the near side.
No hands,
See Gavel into the match. Takes it forward.
Back.
Look to spin that one. Backwards says a referee, so we'll play on. Binghamton come up and charge and fight forward a bit, but they're able to keep it. Do the blue gold. Offload there from Climb to Cummings. Sling it back and now use the boot again. Things slowed down, so Cornell sends it deep. All the way in the back, they're able to scoop this one up. They'll look for some space here through Elise Rogers. Straight in the center of the pitch. They're not able to make it happen, and they shove right through. Caitlin Moore gets low. Gets that 5'11" body down low, surges forward, and gets possession back here for the blue gold. Brianna Maurer off to the left. This one lost forward. And we'll have a scrum down with about 12 minutes left to play. Binghamton with the put.
Blue, 7 and 10, substitution. Number 7, number 10, subs. 10.
And Hannah
you know,
Munson
another
and
bit about-
Mariah Sparble into the match.
Another thing that's beautiful about it is to be able to clear your bench in a national semifinal moment is a great experience for the players. And also, it makes sure that everyone's in tune for what's coming later. Everyone's had a little bit of playing time this weekend, able to get a feel of the pitch, of the environment, of the weather, of that of the beautiful Houston sky that we seen, horizon that we see. So everything about this for Eau Claire is set up for them to have a really good day tomorrow. They just have to make sure they finish strong. A goose egg looks really good heading into a national final.
Hold that, hold that.
Yeah, that big smile from their coach, Rachel Lang, when Madison Cornell came off the pitch says it all. Big congratulations from her fly half as they look strong here in this semifinal, 10 minutes away from having their playing in their fourth national championship in a row. Another take here, Hannah Monson, who got into the match, ripped that one away out the back of the ruck, and the blue gold surge forward yet again through Caitlin Dene. Off to the right here. Bloomquist still in. Darts forward. She's been great in those small areas in the center of the pitch. Only 5'2", playing that inside center position nicely. Moore has been incredible throughout the match. This time surges forward yet again. Hits the deck. Blue gold jerseys are right there to retain possession. Early climb. Drags a few with her. 10 minutes left to play now. Look for some space out there. Maurer hits her target. Here comes Bloomquist to George. 5 meters out. Leaves it, pops back up to her feet, scoops it up, and dots it down yet again. Liv George. How many ways can you score yet again for Wisconsin-Eau Claire?
I think I lost count. Is that 3 or 4 for her? Is that 3 or 4?
You're right.
I feel every time I look up, we're saying George, George, George. Every time I look up, Olivia is putting points in. And that was opportunistic. Tackle short of the line, placed the ball back on her feet, and went right back to it, able to get herself another try after what I've seen as almost a flawless performance. Offload there, inside step, 2 defenders, set the ball back on her feet, and body height from there. Beautiful. We've seen so much from this Eau Claire side. I can speak their praises all day. It seems like I have been. And that right there, Olivia George taking a bow after a masterful performance here.
Tip of the hat there. Stadium PA announcer gets the emotions up here for the Blue Gold as they are putting an exclamation point on this match and really getting cranked up again for tomorrow. That loss last year, Lance, 24-5 against Vassar College. The Coast Guard had a tremendous performance today, winning 29-14. And for Coast Guard, how do you see them kind of matching up with this Blue Gold squad that don't really have many weaknesses, but we saw some tremendous defense from Coast Guard earlier?
I think that is going to have to be what they're going to have to lean on. The defense of Coast Guard against an expansive, wide-running attack as Eau Claire. And Eau Claire sets up in a way that gives Coast Guard a little bit of chances to really change how they approach it. Eau Claire going to their 10, flat-footed, who then distributes. I wonder how Coast Guard would attack that and find a way to nullify that wave of attack. But Eau Claire seems like they can switch it up and find different ways to attack as well.
Yeah, through the center, Hooker with 3 tries at least on the day. Another hard-charging run here on the inside or outside for Bloomquist. About 7 minutes left to play. The Blue Gold continue this strong form. Hannah Monson, senior biology major, takes it in. As they continue to retain possession nicely through Emma Bruder into the match now. Off to the outside, good use of hands. George again, keeps it moving out to Bauer. And now a pick and go. So we saw the hands, saw the passing. Now the pick and go, the pace to get through, and the power to break it the entire distance past the fullback and in. Try again for Liv George.
Okay, so that's 4. So that's 4 for Olivia George. We've said her name so much today, and she's not running out of energy, not running out of space, keeping her eyes peeled for what's necessary, and just her strength and tenacity. She wants to score tries more than the defense wants to tackle her, and it's showing on the scoreboard and also just showing, and now she's having long breakaway tries. Excellent performance.
And right before that, I mean, she made the perfect pass to keep things moving on the outside. She's done just about everything right and has really led her team in this match. We came in, a lot of talk. Kayla Dexheimer, the number 1, who's tremendous, and she has really done well in pushing through that line. But that lady right there, Olivia George, only 5'5", but the junior business finance major, has been tremendous in this match. Kick a little far there from the outside. Doesn't go through. 59-0. Now your score with about 6 minutes left to play. You see the resilience here from Binghamton. Trying not to quit out there, but when you got Olivia George running you over, they're finding space at all different phases. They just have not been able to keep the ball as much as they did there in the first half. It was just 25 points there for Wisconsin-Eau Claire in the first half, but they have put up 34 here in the second to run away with it. Liz Crawford again. Finds that gap in between the forwards. And then another big charging run. Huge bump there from Lexi Fisher. Just right into contact, knocking them over like Jenga blocks. Back again, Wisconsin Eau Claire with Benke, who scored that first try of the match, seems like ages ago. Strong run and a beautiful offload there, back to Monson. So even the replacement forwards getting into some of these offloads. Not really losing much of a step since we've seen them come in. Good clean game, no yellow cards in this match. Just mistake-free rugby here from the ladies from Wisconsin as they continue to drive forward. Pellegrino. Or excuse me, that's Cassie Gavel. Keeps things moving. And we just have not seen very many poaches from Binghamton. They have not been able to get it done. And there's the curse again. They're able to get their hands on it. Hasn't been too many, but they're able to get it done here in clutch time.
And I think there's some positive in the fight that we continue to see from the green. There's no slow down or give up. They're going to keep pushing. And I know they want those points. I know they're fighting to get on that scoreboard.
Now they will have their opportunity tomorrow to show their toughness. And it doesn't get a whole lot easier, that third place match taking on Vassar College, who does one thing over and over again. But we've seen those poaches we just talked about. They got that last one. They will need that tomorrow in that third place match. Just a few minutes left to go. Line out here for Wisconsin Eau Claire. Coming in from Binghamton. They're able to get possession off their line out. This one squirts backwards a little farther than they'd hope, but they're able to keep things moving. Keep away from that touch line. In the hands of Nur Usel. And another strong run. There's through the gain line. Mariqueen Contreras. Lance, this is probably the farthest we've seen them push through into Wisconsin Eau Claire territory. Can they finish it off, get a little momentum going into tomorrow? Good surge, keep things moving. Got to get down inside the line through Leah Ford. They do so. 6 meters out now, back and forth. Here's Ridzi, more power. He's over the line and gets it down, but it's held up. Held up again. I think this is the third time they've held it up in goal and been forced for a goal line drop.
Drop kick, please.
Kick. Scoop this one up. Doesn't go too far. And they're still in position to come away with some points here. Ridzi again. This time brought down by the first tackler. Caitlin Moore did a good job. Look for some space here on the near side. Crawford. Door gets slammed shut yet again. And then in contact, Caitlin Moore comes in, ripping at it. Could not get her hands on it before the referee told her to stop. Off to the right. Mariqueen Contreras again.
We're offsides. You're offsides? Offsides here.
Lost it, and offsides is the call as they went around to try and take it away.
If you notice in that 45-second bit of play, that was some of the most intense rugby we've gotten all day. Eau Claire is clearly trying to keep a goose egg. And it seems like Binghamton is doing everything possible to try to get points. Those last few rucks were some of the most highly contested bits of rugby in this game. It seems as though the pace of the game or the intensity is picked up, because even though the result is at hand, both teams still have an objective that they're trying to seal with the game, with the time left we have in the rest of this match.
Great work bringing that one down through Bruder, and now to the outside they come through Rutson. Strong tackle. Did not quite release. They're going for the counter ruck. They're able to scoop this one out the back or the blue goal through Bruder. To the outside, Bloomquist keeps things moving. Bauer finally taken down. Bloomquist Quist did a good job retaining possession there in the ruck. And we'll keep things moving. Lexi Fisher. Under 10 seconds here. We'll be on referee Raven Jones's time here in just a moment. As the Blue Gold continue to do what we've seen throughout the match, even when they're pinned in. Lance, just such ease moving it back and forth, phase after phase, breaking that gain line.
Oh!
Another curse there on my part as Crawford takes it, and she's going to get away. Crawford, the distance. Elizabeth Crawford dots it down, and the senior puts the first 5 points up on the board for Binghamton.
That right there is exactly what I love about rugby. Results don't matter. It's about what you need to do right now to get on for your team. She peeped the passing lane from the very beginning, one-handed grab, and from there it was a foot race. Both teams trying so hard. She wants to go in. Eau Claire's trying to stop her. Man, what a game. Score line might be a little lopsided, but that just shows how intense both teams are and how much they wanted to put on for their school, for their universities.
Elizabeth Crawford, 2 tries in their last match against Bowling Green, puts that one through and takes our score to Wisconsin-Eau Claire 59, Binghamton 7, and that will do it. Wisconsin-Eau Claire, for the 4th year in a row, are in the D2 National Championship match, looking to come away with their 3rd championship in 4 years. Well, that'll do it for this match, so we'll step aside. We've still got the D1 final coming up next here on NCR.TV.